Howdy. I got a new project for today. It's probably going to take a few days, but I am building a firewood shelter. So I don't know if I've shown it before, but we currently have 4 cords of firewood, 2 of cedar, 2 of oak, and then I just cut down this tree that was dead here behind the shop. So I got just a little bit extra. But anyways, I need to build shelter for it to keep it out of the snow and the rain. We haven't had much rain this summer, so that really hasn't been that big of a problem, but we're always hoping for a good winter. Need to keep our firewood dry. So I was originally planning on putting it on this side. So I have these old, it's like that deck that was covering the septic tank covers things. Anyways, but I decided we're probably gonna do something else over here. So I am changing plans and putting it back here. So just kind of cleaned up the weeds that were along here. Had to cut down that tree, like I said. This isn't perfectly level. So I'm gonna go grab some dirt, level this out a little bit, and then see what we can get done. The plan, I'm gonna check around Marketplace today. There's always people giving away pallets around here, so I'm gonna see if I can find some more. I need ones that are 6.5 foot, which I think is kind of common. We have a couple here already, just from, I don't even remember what, but I'm trying to find more of those. If I only can find the standard size, that's fine too, but the 6.5 are going to be a little easier. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need like 10 if I can. And I only have 2. So we'll see. Again, I can make it work without it. I'm going to get a bunch of 2x4s and some 4x4 posts to make sure it's sturdy as well. And I got to move all those things over here once you get that. So going to be a bit of a project. I'm going to try and film as much as I can, get some good time lapses. Hannah's back to work, so I am by myself for a couple days. And yeah, let's see what we get done. So I'm really good at this whole YouTube thing, as you know, and I worked an entire day yesterday and didn't film one thing. So I'm going to try and get better at that. Wasn't the most exciting thing, except I almost did flip the tractor. Really wish I had that. Unfortunately, I don't. Something else happened the other day, too, that we didn't film. So we're going to try and get better at filming more things. It's just tough, especially when I'm by myself. Anyways, I got all these platform things moved, and that was partially how I almost flipped the tractor. So these are all out. They're mostly leveled. I know it doesn't really look like it, but it's pretty close. I'm going to try and maybe tweak it a little bit. It's way bigger than I need. We have 4 cords of wood plus a little bit from a tree I cut down. This could technically hold, when it's done, almost 8. Do I need that? Not really, but I have all these things, and I have this space behind the shop, so might as well. So the next step here, I'm going to, some of these boards were rotted out really bad, and I like fell through one. So I removed all the ones that were really bad, except for one little piece. And I'm gonna replace it from the old deck in the back. We have some scrapped good 2x6s, super solid, looks exactly the same. So I'm gonna replace all these parts that are missing, and there's some over here you can't see. I'm just gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna try and film more. There's definitely gonna be all the time lapses. And I don't really know what I'm doing. This is kind of a weird project starting from this base. It's probably gonna look terrible, but you can't see it. It needs to function and look decent. Okay, so I got the boards all replaced and all the holes. My plan was to make sure the roof is level, even if the floor isn't. And I kind of have an idea for that, because getting this level is kind of difficult. I did add some dirt in here with the tractor yesterday, but I'm not really good at making it level. I was trying to just like dig under this piece here to get that corner lower. If I lift the front up, is the front then too high? Ooh. It's a very old can of Copenhagen. Yeah, so when I had to add dirt because it was sloping down. It looks like I didn't add enough. The whole thing is kind of leaning forward. I added some blocks on that corner already, but I think I need to add it all the way across, which means I should have just added more dirt. But at this point, I don't really want to move everything and add more dirt because they were a huge pain to move. Oh, and I have all the pieces I just cut as well. That can go there, that can go there, that can go there. Dad, I know you're watching. You have a lot of questions on why I did things the way I did, and the answer is I don't really know, actually. Actually, the answer is it works. Is it the best way to do it? Probably not. Should I take my time and do it properly? Maybe. Well, that looks better. Now my goal here is not make it look like complete crap, but it's not gonna look amazing, because amazing is expensive. And I spent $100 on 2x4s, and that's it. Obviously these were here, all the pallets for free, and I have more metal roofing from either Hannah's uncle or my father-in-law that they have sitting around. So this whole thing should cost about $100. I know what you're thinking, Justin, it still looks terrible, but you know what? It does look better. I think this is really low. Got it. I only have a 2-foot level, which is not ideal for something that's 6 feet wide or something, but better than nothing, huh? Let's take a look. What's your guess? How far off we? Oh. That one's perfect. Let's go to this corner. We're good. About an inch off here. Yeah, so I can put another block under that one. So I had, when we took these out, if you remember, this I grabbed in one big piece, and this we cut in half. Nailed it. Wow, I was really off. I don't know if you can see. I thought this one was pretty level. Look how far off it is. That's like 2 or 3 inches. It must slope this way too, down. I didn't really. Usually I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do as much work on the tractor as I can because I like running the tractor and it makes things a lot easier. But it was also really hot yesterday. It's still early in the morning, it's like 9:30. And I was doing tractor work at like 12. No, I got back like 2, 3 o'clock. It was hot. All right, I know you're tired of that angle. I was too, so. Projects by yourself take so much longer. It's crazy. We did that deck with, I mean, it was like 3 of us all the time. Sometimes just me and my dad, but we also had times where there was like 6 of us on it. And it goes so much quicker. And that project still took almost a week. That was a big project. This is not too bad. Okay, well I kind of got it under there. Let's check it. Check it. Yeah, see, it's good level. It's level there, but it's so high here. I need a longer level. So here's a trick. I don't like how that's a different height, but I think I'd have to lift. I'm gonna nail to this. All right, so I think I got it mostly leveled out. It's close enough. I'm gonna kind of make it work. So I'm gonna grab some pallets now and kind of mark it off and see what I got. I don't have pallets like they're all the same size. They're a bunch of random sizes. I have some that are just so much bigger. I think I have enough of the ones that are like the exact width of this. I gotta see. So hopefully that's the case. But I'm gonna do a little time lapse of me trying to figure this out, and yeah, all right. So this is turning out to be a little more challenging than I thought. It's more like a puzzle because all these pallets are different sizes, or I have like that one's the only one I have that's that big, but I have a couple that are the same length that way, but the width or whatever you want to call it is different. So trying to get it stuff matches that. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm still going to put like 2x4 and make like some posts, but I'm trying to figure out how to attach the posts securely and where to put them so it's not all like wobbly and shaky, because it does have to be able to hold some snow, and I have to get on top to secure the roof, so it has to be able to hold my weight. But if it can hold me moving around up there just fine, it should hold snow. And unless we get just a crazy amount, I'm gonna have to come out and like pull it off, I think, either way. But definitely would have been easier to build it from scratch, but it would have cost more. And the whole point of this project video is doing this with a bunch of pallets. So I will figure it out. In time-lapse mode, it's gonna seem quick. If I'm honest, it's definitely not gonna look as nice as I was hoping. I don't really know what I expected. It'll be fine. But I need to tell you now, you'll see later, the pallets aren't going to be really structural for the roof. That's going to be elsewhere. I mean, it will help a little bit, but I think I need to stop with the pallets for a minute. I need to set my posts because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that, because that's quite important. But like, as you see, like I was running into height differences, which it doesn't really matter. Like that's a couple inches off. There's one right here that's like 6 inches off. I could always add a little piece there, but I'm going to put posts in, and then there's going to be a header that like the roof rests on. So that's not like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just holding the firewood. Yes, Justin, those are only 2x4s. Yeah, I know. They didn't really have the 4x4s I was looking for. So I'm going to just put two together. So I just don't know, like I could do that, but then it's not really supported below. I mean, I guess I have the sturdiness of the pallets. I just said it wasn't going to be structural for the pallets, but it kind of is, at least in the corners. Yeah, so the back is going to be 8 foot tall with the header over it, and the front's going to be 7.5 to 8. I think if I do it like this, it's going to be 8. And then the front's going to be 6.5. Because I'm just over 6 feet tall and I don't want to hit my head. So 8 to 6.5 is decent slope. So snow should come off. A mistake I've made. This sideways one that you can't see probably. I nailed that in. I don't think I wanted to do that. I might be able to get it out, or I just go next to it. I guess that'd be fine. Not the worst. Oh, that messes me up over there. All right. Ah. Alright, so I'm at a point going that way where I think I want to go get more pallets first, just because if I find the right ones, it's going to be a lot easier. So I'm going to start putting the posts in on the front. And the sun is creeping up on me. And it's going to be real hot back here as soon as I'm not in the shade, so that corner's not. But so I got to cut that, put the pieces up. Alright, here we go. This piece overhangs the piece below it by a little bit, so that's unfortunate. If that's straight and I just eyeballed all those, except I see another flaw in my plan. I can't go like this because my other post that you can't see is one post or one 2x4 over, so this would have to go next to this. Oh, I was not thinking. That one's going to be fine. The one I just put next to the other one's not going to be fine. Wow. so dumb. Oh yeah, we're good. It'll work. Don't worry. It'll work. I need the air compressor to shut off. Wow, look at that. Okay, so I think I'm kind of at a stopping point for now. So you saw these 3 front posts, I got 6 posts in. It's looking good. Day 2 of building, technically day 3 with all the leveling and stuff I did of the ground. Showed Hannah this yesterday when she got back from work, and her reaction was exactly what I thought. Wow, that looks interesting, but I guess it'll work. So we're all good here. So I picked up a few more pallets yesterday. They're kind of not very wide, but I think it's going to work if I was to put 2 of them here closer to that height. We'll see. I think I have enough now to finish between that, and I have a couple more just around the property. So we'll see what we can get done. This is my last day I can work for this week, and I'll have to come back next week. But the further I get into this, hoping it's going to get better, it really doesn't. And I kind of wish I would have just started from scratch and not done all the mismatched pallets. But I know I kind of said that before. But now that I'm getting close to being done with all these walls and everything, then I'll put the headers up. Should be able to get all that done today. I'm going to try and get all the roofing support flat. I'm terrible with lingo. So I got the rest of the posts up and the first set of in-between rows, the sections. But I'm noticing I'm having a hard time trying to keep the post level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the headers now. And I'll put up a couple of the, anyways, do that. That way everything kind of stays level and square-ish. It's definitely not square, but it's ish. Good enough for this. So I'm going to do that. It'll be probably a little challenging by myself. The only concern I do have is, remember when we leveled this out? I don't know how perfect it is. It's definitely not perfect. If it's off by an inch, it's fine. I just don't know from that side to that corner how far off it is. So I think if anything's going to be low, it's going to be that side. So I think I'm going to start on that corner and then just level off the board as I go. And then by the time I get there, it probably won't be the full 8 foot up, which is fine. I'd rather the roof be level than that not be all janky. So I think that's the plan. That's the plan. So I just tried to measure, I didn't hit record, from like the roof, from the same point on each corner. It seems actually really close. Still gonna start here. This is a smaller piece. It's only gonna be like a maybe 3.5, 4 foot piece. This section I'm planning, it's really small. I think I'm gonna do like just a big kindling pile, so I might end up plywooding it in because those pieces are so small. But really just, it's not very strong just sitting on the edge there, which would be the kind of easy way to do it. And it does give me a little bit more angle, but I'm gonna have to go here, cut every board at an angle. I don't remember how long my roofing panels are. If they're 16 feet, which I think that's what they are, then I wouldn't have enough if I cut them in half if I did this. So I'd have to cut the end of all those. I do have a panel here. I can go measure one and then I can see, because I don't want to have to cut them while they're up. It's actually the right way to do it, because then you know it's straight. I probably should have started with the small firewood shelter first. You know, had a nice success. Simple 4 pallets, tiny little roof. We're going to build a small one right in front of the house to stack enough firewood for, a couple days. All right, so then I'm going to do every 12 inches. So I'm going to I'll cut a few. I'll do one and then I'll just do a few of them. And then. All right, so I'll nail this side in, and then I need to get that level. Well, both of them level, but. The first few joists up. This was so far off of level, I had to detach it from the pallet. You can see it's like a good 2 inches off, so I got to put some bracing in on that later. He's in. Oh, that one I got. All right, anyways, I'm gonna try to put this piece up. As you can see, like, there is a gap there, but I'm not stacking firewood all the way up to that point, so I'm not too worried about it. I could always fill it in if I want to make it look a little cleaner, but I really don't care. That one's gonna be a little low. If you have any questions on why I did things the way I did, feel free to leave a comment. And if I respond, you're going to get the same response no matter what. And it's going to be because that's just the way I did it. Oh, no. I don't know if you could see that, but I messed up. Of course I messed up. So I don't know if you saw, I had 2 posts really close to each other there because I didn't put it where I was supposed to. And in order to keep the distance proper for this side, I just added another one, but I thought the distance between this one and this one was still 8 foot on center. Apparently, it's not. The further I get into this, more, I don't really want to say disappointed in myself I get, but I'm a little more disappointed in myself that I couldn't do better. I know I can do better, and this is just, I don't know. I think trying to make other things work, like the recycled material deal, like these platforms, as nice as it was to just have it and not have to pay, everything would have been way more level if I had just like ran a string and level and posts in the ground or something. But you know what? Committed to it. It's still going to be fine. Also, remember I said I think these are not going to be perfect. I started on that side because yes, it was the low side, but every other one was actually quite close. So that's unfortunate that that one was so far down, because now I'm going to have to cut the tops of these off so the roofing would fit, which is fine. I'm making it work. It's part of this project. It's just doing it, making things work. Won't look, completely terrible. It's just going to look bad, and that's fine. The next project is going to be better. We're learning here. When you think you know what you're doing, and then you realize you don't really know what you're doing, or you just try to do something that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'm going to mark all these. I'm not going to connect any of them on here. I'll probably place a bunch of them, but not nail them on this side because this section is weird. I got to straighten it out. So yeah, here we go. I'm at my stopping point for the day. Got all the joists up, as you saw. Looking okay. The second post is, it's so far out you could see it bowing right there. I might be able to fix it because none of those are attached, so I might be able to push it, straighten it out, but it's also kind of just the position of where I put that post. I didn't realize how far off I was, so that's unfortunate, but I think it'll still be okay. The roofing will still line up square, I hope. But looking all right, but got to stop for the day. I might be able to do a little more later. When Hannah comes home, she might help me check nail the rest of those in. Yeah, I think there might be a clip after this of me buying something. I think I might throw it in this video. We'll see. Might not get it, might get it. We'll see. All right, so here it is, 1998 Kawasaki Bayou. So pretty good condition. Plastics are all pretty much intact compared to our other one, our Suzuki King Quad. Yeah, looks pretty nice. Everything works. So the water pump's right there. He said that leaks a little bit, but he gave me the parts for it. The tires all look pretty good. It does have a hitch. The hitch is at like a weird angle. I don't really need the hitch because I have it on the other one. I'm sure I'll use it at some point. I got to figure out which one I'm going to put the plow on for the winter if we ever get snow. This could be our new trash can quad, and that one just be our trailer and going out in the mud and stuff. I don't know. Do we need to? Not really. Is it nice? Sure. But yeah, like I said earlier, I'll probably use this one when I go hunting. A little bit cleaner. I think it's going to be a little bit more reliable once I fix a couple little things. We got a stock tank. Someone else was down the road. 100 gallons. Yeah, looks great. Got a nice drain plug, all sealed. Same thing. Do we need it right now? Not exactly, but we are prepping. We're not sure when we're getting the cows, so it could be soon. Anyways, all right, back to the firewood shelter. Okay, so it's been a little bit since I worked on this. I did add a few more pallets in between. I don't think I filmed any of that. Just kind of randomly did it one day while I was home. Still haven't gotten my truck back. I'm supposed to get it back this afternoon, but only for a few days. Anyways, so then I got to go pick up some plywood and the roofing. I decided to put plywood on top. Went back and forth about it. Wasn't sure if I needed it, but why not? You know, obviously it's going to make this cost a little bit more than what I was hoping, but I also want it to be sturdy. So anyways, we're putting plywood on. I got 2 sheets now, so I'm going to throw this up and see how bad it is. Here we go. Also, yes, I am wearing cowboy boots with shorts and this hat. It's just what happens, I guess. I'm not supervised by my wife. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out by myself. So I'm going to try and lift it up and see if it stays. If not, I'll have to put like a screw at the end or something to hold it. But man, it's so twisted. Oh well. Let's see if we got this. Okay, well, guess I'm not doing this. All right, we got supplies for, I think it's 4 different projects, maybe 5. I think it's at least 4. Anyway, time to unload it. Here we go. All right, so we got everything unloaded, and I put up the fascia boards, plywood up. So yeah, I'm just gonna do time lapse. So everything's unloaded. I put up the fascia boards, time for the plywood, and then I don't think I need to paper it, but I have a whole bunch, so I might. And then the fun part, all the metal roofing, which is a bunch of random sizes. So let's see how that goes. I'm not sure how easy it is to cut, but we'll figure that out later. Yeah, here we go. I think I'm going to stop here for a little bit. I got all the plywood up as you saw, but if I am going to put paper, I don't have a hammer stapler thing, so I got to go borrow one from someone. All right, back working in the firewood shelter. I just kind of got to it. Didn't really film anything, but I got the roof going, and I only have 7 pieces left. And I started putting paper down because I had some, but it ran out. It's really not necessary to put it down, I don't think, for this. Figured I would use it up. But yeah, almost done. And then I gotta start stacking wood. All right, so that's pretty much done. Just gotta put stuff away. And then we have 4 cords of wood we gotta stack. So that'll be a fun little time lapse to end this video. Thanks for watching the interesting build of this that I hated and love it all at the same time, but it's done. So now